All right, what's happened, everybody? Hello? Hey, Advanced Games. How are we doing today? Good? All right, I'm about to rock your socks off with what you all came to see, which is edutainment. All right? So get ready. This is Social Clues. I'm Jeremy Bernstein. I'm the team lead game director. I've got Photos Fran Gudis, our lead engineer, and Andy Goldstein, our lead designer. Social Clues is a game for players with autism. I want to start with that, so that way taper your expectations, okay? We've got a significant player here. So they have impaired interactions socially as well as impaired communication. That becomes the main objective for this game. And so everything that we do in this game has to sort of serve those objectives. If we can skip ahead. In a nutshell, the game is really Brain Age meets Monkey Island. And what I mean by that is Monkey Island is an interactive narrative that's like story-driven, but also runs through a number of dialogue trees. So every character interaction progresses the story in a different way. This game will do the same thing, but all of those character interactions are actually like little puzzles for our player, because players with autism aren't able to do this stuff, and they're going to learn through this game. And so really it's a marriage of therapy and entertainment. So what that means is this is a therapeutic tool that's in the guise of a game. So it's a really significant cause, but it's not going to work unless it's fun and really engaging. You can skip ahead. That means our objective here, of course, is that everything has to have a dual purpose. Every gaming component has a learning component. And thus it means we've got parameters in what we can do with this game. So we've got to listen to our therapists that are on the project as to what we should actually be executing, and then our designers are going to write to that. So it's really neat, really good exercise. Skipping ahead, our main characters are Pete and Kate, who learn that their names are Participate and Communicate. And if we skip to the next one, the level objectives are simple. The game is about these children have lost all of their toys. Now they've got to find all of their toys. But in order to do so, they've got to engage in these different environments and talk with the characters, get clues, learn what they're supposed to do. So in each level, you need to find the lost toys, interact with about 3 characters, and it takes about 10 to 15 minutes depending. This is all going to be built in Unity, and it's going to be something that will ultimately port to the iPad, but is meant to also play in browsers so we can have real-time feedback for therapists and parents. So we spent the summer, Photos if you want to load it up, we spent the summer actually working mostly on the science. This is a game that, because it's so rooted in therapy and pedagogy, that became the focus. But we also pulled together a demo that you can see how a character interaction would play out and what that all means, and I'll speak to that. That was a great demo, wasn't it? Yes. While we're plugging in, I want to note the first thing you're going to see is that this takes place in a cafeteria, and that's because every level has been carefully chosen for a therapy called social narrative. And what that means is you want to demo for a child with autism a behavior that they need to work on, as well as the environment in which that might occur. So every level that we choose and that we build, classroom, cafeteria, restaurant, is somewhere where they would need to learn a particular skill set, and every character they interact with is going to teach them a new behavior and a new lesson. While they're working on that, I'll fill you in on other details. The story. This story focuses on a family called the Mum family. They're named the Mums because they don't talk at all. They come home from work and school and just sit and watch the television all day. So they have no experience communicating. And what's really fun is in our first level, when they discover that the toys have been stolen, they also meet, I'll just point them over here. You guys look here. Don't pay attention to this, but pay attention to this. They meet Sherlock, who is the family's parrot. And Sherlock is the only character in the family that knows how to talk. So Sherlock kind of becomes your therapist and your guide. He's going to walk you through each level and show you what to do.
Look, there's our friend Amy. Maybe she can help. Let's go talk to her.
So like a therapist would, Sherlock's given us a directive, a trigger for a learning opportunity. And so we're going to click on Amy and walk over to her. Now we're going to see...
Yum. Amy has a delicious tray of food for lunch. Uh-oh, there's a puddle. Amy's going to slip. Oh no, Amy's food fell all over the floor. Now she doesn't have a lunch anymore. Before we talk to Amy, let's think with our eyes. How does Amy feel?
So this is called sequencing, what we just watched. It demonstrates cause and effect. And so now before we can start a conversation, we want our player to figure out how she's feeling. That's emotional awareness.
People smile when they're happy. Amy isn't smiling.
This is
Let's
called
try again.
errorless learning, where when you choose something, we want to direct the player to the right choices.
That's right. She looks upset.
So why don't you
Good
just
thinking with your eyes.
disappear, and then we continue to play.
Let's think about how Amy feels. Why is she sad?
Let's choose Spider. No.
That's right. Amy slipped.
This is comprehension.
Good
This just showed that they understand the sequence that played at the beginning, and they did. So now we're going to continue
Now let's
forward.
prepare for a conversation. How should we start?
It's hot in here. Have you seen my toy? What's wrong?
I think we should make this more participatory. Who wants to stop crying? Let's go. Yes! That's like
Amy looks upset. Let's
shame on all of you. Nicer words, okay? Let's try what's wrong so we can keep it moving.
Good start. You thought about Amy's feelings.
Now we recognize emotion. That's very important. We've also initiated a conversation.
There's nothing to eat.
Let's continue the conversation. What should you say next?
You made a mess.
I've used that very
I'm looking for my toy. I'm sorry you spilled your lunch.
Can we do another hand? No, okay. We're going to choose one.
Good job. You thought about Amy's feelings.
All right, so now we're at 4 stars out of 5 up in the top right. That shows where we are in that
I
gauge
wish I had a new
of
lunch.
proper conversation tools. You
Amy
may never
wants
use all 5 of those. We may only have 3 to keep the game moving, but at least you guys can see
Here, you
what are
can
the core
delete this.
concepts.
Clean it up yourself. Can I get you another lunch?
Great choice. That should help.
Okay, so we've got 5 stars.
But I had on my tray.
We've moved through the entire conversation tree. Yes, and now she's giving us orders. We're going to walk over to this buffet, where now what we do is we engage in
Let's
something
look at
called...
Amy's tray. If you see
let's
any
speak.
food on the buffet that matches Amy's, tap it and slide it to the same spot on the lunch tray.
So now we have a mini game, I think, that's called Engineering for Success. And what this is where the player knows what to do. They have a pretty good grasp on all of these concepts, and it's really just a good payoff, a reinforcer for what they just went through. So we're going to grab, let's say, the broccoli and put it here in the middle. I don't know if we have sound anymore.
That isn't what Amy wanted. Let's try again.
So she looks like she wanted the salad there.
Great job.
Yes.
Why don't we see if we can find any more food that Amy wants?
I am getting hungry right now for
Great
plastic
job.
pizza.
Why don't we see if we can find
Let's
any
put it.
more
Let's
food
put it.
that Amy
Let's grab the
wants?
right one, but put it here.
Amy wanted that, but it doesn't go there. Can you put it in the right spot on her tray? You did it! A perfect match!
There we have it. We've
Let's
got
go
a
around.
perfect match. Yay! In this level, you were supposed to find markers, 3 lost in the environment.
Delicious.
Well, guess what? You just helped
I
Amy.
saw you looking for something. Can I help you?
I'm looking for my toys.
Can I help? It was on my food tray before I slipped.
And hooray! We did it! We got one of our 3 markers, and that would be 1 character interaction. That's basically, in a nutshell, social clues. So, really quick.
Yeah, I just want to say that everything you saw there are things that kids with autism have significant problems with. So a kid with autism would not be able to differentiate those choices, and everything we did is based on science and therapeutic practice. So this is really a game about helping these kids so that they might actually, in years and years, see this as funny as you guys did, because they aren't able to do that. And that's one of our goals as a team, is to make this so that we can put this in front of kids and we can make the world a little better place for them.
And this is just to show you, at the end of every level, there would be analytics, both for our player to see, yay, I got all the toys, but also for parents and therapists to see how their child is progressing. And you'll see here, which I'm going to cut short, but we have all sorts of crazy science we developed, and why every choice has a rationale behind it. But we'll let you ask some questions, and cut to Q&A. Oh, cool.
Up here is who we need, what we're looking for. If you have those skills.
Our producer dropped off a week ago, so we are looking for a producer. That's definitely something we'd love to have.
She got a job.
She did so well.
Not yes. She ended up being such a great communicator. She actually cracked her interview really well. So, really, we need producer. We definitely need some more artists, and then designers, engineers. But you can talk to us after. So, questions.
Speak to Slim.
Oh,
No, he asked the question.
okay, fine. Let's do that. Questions. Yes.
This is a little nitpicky, but I noticed that from Last choices and the dialogue are always the proper option. Is that intentional?
The last choice.
It is intentional because when it goes through, it's going to be randomized, so
Yeah.
that you'll have there actually will be more options from just the 4 you saw. So we'll put in new ones. So if
Yeah.
the child plays it twice, you'll actually get different answers, and there'll be different situations per character.
Yeah.
As well.
Imagine 8 variables and it just populates randomly. Other questions? Well, I'll stress that this is a game unlike the other. This is a game that is both game and tool, has a really significant purpose, and it's the first collaboration between the Keck School of Medicine, the Marshall School of Business, Engineering, and Cinematic Arts. So we'd love to have more people who are interested and help us make something fantastic. So thank you.